Hey everybody, Joel here, and it is the Tiger Rewind. Good morning, but maybe not too good of a morning if you're a Hutch Tiger fan. As Hutch upset last night, boy, that had a playoff feel. I know it's only week 3, I know, but Hutch versus Totino Grace, that had a playoff feel, and I think a lot of Hutch Tiger fans would love to see Totino Grace coming again in the future. That would have to be in the state tournament if Hutch meets Totino Grace again. 21-20, Totino Grace wins in overtime. Let's get to the highlights here. And we start off the highlights, opening offensive drive of the game for the Tigers, as it was Manny Pierce that goes in from 4 yards out. He gets into the end zone for a touchdown. Next offensive drive, Brady Larson, play action from Graydon Rosberg. I could have caught that. Look at that. Nobody around him. Brady Larson is gone. 65 yards for the touchdown. That was all the offense Hutch would get in the regulation period. Defense would play very, very well here. You got Devontae Parker, big hit right there on the quarterback. Gets him a 2-yard loss. On the very next play, Brady Larson picks it off, interception number 4 on the season. Tigers couldn't do anything offensively with that one. Late in regulation in the fourth quarter, Totino Grace last gasp effort in regulation. Brady Larson again. That's 5 count them, 5 interceptions, folks, in 2 games for Brady Larson. He's having himself a season. In overtime, Manny Pierce, he gets in from 1 yard out. Tigers take the lead at 20-14. 2-point conversion fell a yard short, which opened it up for Totino Grace. Markel Keaton gets into the end zone for the Eagles from 2 yards out. That ties it. And then the extra point, that would win it, as the kicker, Jimmy McNeil, puts it through the uprights, and there's the celebration. Totino Grace, number 4 ranked in the state, defeats number 1 Hutchinson 21-20. And again, speaking for a lot of Hutch fans, I think we would love to see that game. That was a really good game. Hats off to Totino Grace. And it kind of, it was same style versus same style. You had 2 very physical, and give Totino Grace credit. In the third and fourth quarter, they out-Hutched Hutch, basically. Totino Grace, in the third and into the fourth quarter, they had a 20-play drive. They converted on a couple different fourth downs, and that drive right there went over 12 minutes, and they got in the end zone on that one. Totino Grace defense, they held, Hutch got into the red zone about 4 or 5 times last night. They only got in the end zone twice. They got held out of the end zone on downs 3 or 4 times there. So that was maybe one of the backbreakers, not being able to finish those drives in the red zone. Hutch now 2-1, and it doesn't get any easier, because you go from this week, a top 5 matchup in the state of Minnesota, and next week, it's a rematch of the Prep Bowl. It is Hutchinson versus Rocori. 10 months ago, those two were in the U.S. Bank Stadium playing for the state championship. Rocori actually won the regular season matchup between Hutch and Rocori last year, but Hutch won when it counted for the big trophy late in the season. 6 p.m. is the kickoff next week. Myself and John Alt will have that for you, as Hutch will take on Rocori. 2-1 Hutch versus 2-1 Rocori. We will see you then.